Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, June 23rd. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias you can follow me on. I am most active on Instagram and on Ravelry, so if you are interested in what I get up to during the week when I am not recording, those are the places to follow me. I also have show notes information, so the links to things that I will be talking about will be all on my blog, and a list of things that I will be talking about will be down below if you're on YouTube in the description. In addition to all of that, I am a knitting pattern tech editor, so if you know of someone who is in need of an editor for an upcoming knitting pattern, I would love to work with you. If you would like to check out more information, you can go to the Graceful Edits tab, which is located on my blog, or you can send me a message on Instagram, or the link to the information should also be down below if you are on YouTube. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, my friends. We have a lot of finished objects, actually, which I'm very proud of. And we have some new cast-ons, some finished objects that you have never seen before, and some spontaneous knitting. So let's just get right into it. I hear some distant thunder, which is very exciting. I do love that. I do love a good summer storm. So if you want to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal snuggle, laundry to fold, whatever it is, I hope it is either bringing you joy and or rest, or I'm helping you get through a task that is not as much fun, because we all have those, don't we all? I have a basket of laundry sitting on my coffee table over there to fold once I'm done with this. So, joy of joys. If you like to do all of those things, whatever it is, you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. Do I look different? Is it because my face is just so happy that I finished a top I was not too excited to knit, and now I get to wear it, and I actually absolutely love it? Yes. Rusty is also excited too. He has joined us on his crinkle pad. Oh my goodness. My friends, I finished my Missurina Tea. Yay! It's finally done. Wow, what a trial and travesty this was. It wasn't a travesty really, but it was a trial, and I did get it done, and I am so happy with how it turned out, my friends. I am so excited that I powered through and I got it done, even though I didn't want to. But I knew I would really love it, and I do, and I'm so excited. I do have finished object pictures posted on my Instagram and on my Ravelry page with all the information. So I will let you check out that. But this is the Missurina Tea by Caitlin Hunter, or Boylan Knitworks. I used Sandus Garn Tynne Lina, which I purchased from Craftique, which is a local yarn shop to me. And obviously I did it in this white color and this light pink. It's very low contrast. It's exactly what I wanted. It looks gorgeous. I am so happy with it. What is also wonderful, my friends, I played some pretty close yarn chicken, and in a way that was very satisfying. So spoiler alert, I did win this game of yarn chicken. I did play yarn chicken, but I made it work, and I added this, I did a few rows in pink on the sleeves, and then also on the body as well. And I think it turned out perfectly. It just tied everything together. It was meant to be. I did not plan it this way, but it just happened to work out that way, and it's done. It's so done. And I'm never doing it again. But I'm glad to have done it, and I'm glad to have it, and it's one of those patterns that, like, I could, if it wasn't such a a pain to knit. I could definitely see myself knitting another one, but it was a pain to knit and I don't really want to knit another one. But I really love how it looks and I love how it fits, and I just am very excited with how it turned out. So, and now it's done. Yes, my friends, it's just a wonderful, wonderful time. So this is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is this joyous thing, this test knit that I did for Shana of Shanalines Designs. This is the Coexist Cowl. It is not yet published, I believe, but should be coming out soon. Yes? I don't think so. I don't think it's out yet. I may be misremembering that. So if it's already out and I don't think it is. I don't remember posting the pictures I took. Goodness gracious, that's sad that I can't remember that. But I used some Handspun for my contrasting color that I did up with some fiber from Three Waters Farm. I am so happy with how this turned out. The gold color that I used is the Uncommon Thread in one of their sport bases. It's been in my stash forever. It's made its way into various projects over the years, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out. It is got some fun shaping going on. I did omit at least 2 repeats just to make do with what I had of my Handspun, and I'm very happy with the size. I think it's a great size. Maybe a little bit too short to do a double loop, but I do really like this, and I will be excited to wear it come cooler weather time, you know. So that is exciting. That is the Coexist Cowl, which was a test knit for Shana. And yeah, it'll be coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It's a great pattern for handspun, non-handspun, using up old bits and pieces of yarn, put together a fun color palette, play around with color and texture, make it as long or short as you want. Great pattern. So would recommend. Keep your eyes peeled for this. And my friends, my last finished object that I have, you have never seen before, and Rusty's chatting in the background. So if you are caught up on the podcast, you might remember that I had promised myself, I had made the goal to finish this tee before I cast on my Avenue vest by Tori that I really wanted to make with some souvenir yarn I had just got. And we were hanging out with my in-laws for Father's Day. I literally cast off the second sleeve on our drive to their house, and then I cast on my Avenue vest, which you can now see it's done. So we made a lot of progress in 6 days. My friends, it is done and it is beautiful and I love it so much. It's just gorgeous. This is exactly what I was planning and what I wanted. So like I said, this is the Avenue vest by Tori. I test knit the Avenue Tea, which is completely different from the Avenue vest. They have a similar shoulder construction-esque vibe, but they are not the same. Obviously, one is a vest and one is a tee. I have knit the Avenue vest crew neck. Obviously, this is a V-neck. I knit the crew neck earlier this year, December, January, that is red, and I love it. I wanted a V-neck, I wanted a pink one, and here we are. Another situation where I played some yarn chicken, and I could have won, but I decided to play it safe and add in this gold around the sleeves, which I think is pretty fun. It kind of pulls in the gold from the speckles of the yarn. What is the yarn, my friends? My friends, I have the ball band right here. I just happened to throw it in a random project bag. This is Emma's yarn, the Simply Spectacular DK base, and this is the May 2025 colorway. I've heard of Emma's yarn. I've seen it before in person. I've squished all the various bases that I have come across. I have never knit with it until now. And wow, what a pleasure, what a delight. We'll do it again. What is very fun about this, if you are not caught up and haven't seen the last episode, I got this yarn on a trip that we took, my husband and I took to the hill country with some friends, and happened to stop by the Sated Sheep in Dripping Springs on our way back home, and I got 2 skeins of the DK, and it worked out perfectly. Again, like I said, I could have won Yarn Chicken if I truly wanted to, but I wanted to put a little bit of this yarn into my jelly roll blanket. So I saved just a little teeny tiny bit. I think I got maybe barely an inch out of it, which I think is great. I think that's awesome. I use this yarn to its fullest and I am so excited. I have yet to take pictures of this. So you're seeing it fresh in all of its glory. It has yet to be finished object photographed and done all that stuff. But yes, I knit it to pattern. Would make again, will make again, we'll make the crew neck version again, we'll make the tee again. It's a great pattern. It fits me really well. I am just very, very happy with how it turned out. So I am just over the moon. I cast it on and I got to enjoy the process of knitting on it. It really just like was such a palette cleanser. It was really what I needed in the moment. It brought joy, like I said, and it took me hardly any time to knit, so, which was also another win. So unfortunately, the downside, which is not really a downside, but kind of a downside, really makes me want to cast on something else. But I know I shouldn't. So we'll have to figure that out. But that's a conversation for later in this episode. But anyway, Avenue Vest by Tori, another one complete. There'll be many more in my future, for sure. I just love it. I truly, truly love it. If I had to pick, I think I do like the crew neck more, but for no particular reason. I think I might like, well, I don't know. I need to style this one more with the V-neck, because obviously right now, coming to the beginning of the heat of the summer, when it's gonna get even hotter, styling a wool vest is really not a top priority of mine. So once it cools down and I might be wearing this more often, I'll probably enjoy the V-neck more, but I like them for different reasons. But my Avenue Vest by Tori, a delightful finished object. 6 days took me to knit this. Delightful palette cleanser. Love it so much. It was just such a delight. I love it so much. So we do have, like I said, like I just showed you, we have 3 finished objects today. So I should not feel bad for the fact that I only have 5 projects to talk about. And the jelly roll, which I did work on, but not really too much enough to show you. So there is that. Oh, no, let's save that for last. Let's save those 2 for last. I do have a testing on my needles. It is a relatively new cast on, so we're going to talk about that later. Very quickly, my Sebastian socks. It's a character from Little Mermaid. He is a lobster. a crab. He is a sea creature, and these are my socks. I really just need to just stop talking about it, really. Every time I say it, I just get more and more confused. I'm almost done. I just have a little bit left on the foot to do. I think I've got about maybe less than 10 repeats of this 2-row repeat, which is literally just knit 1 row and then knit 1 purl 1, and you do that to however long you'd like. I do love this texture it has created. It is just really squishy, but also very sturdy feeling. I've done my new favorite, as always, no surprise here, my Shadow Wrap Heel, out of Knit Pick Stroll in the Dandelion colorway. And yeah, I'm just plugging along. Gonna get these done soon, probably by the next time we chat. They should be done. And yeah, I haven't really worked on these too much. I've just worked on them a little bit last night. So, but still got a good amount of progress, thanks to my little Jigglypuff progress keeper. Also living in this bag, which I did not work on, but just as a reminder to myself that I need to work on it, are my Colorwork Cuff Club socks by Summer Lee. This is the March pattern, using a sock set from Fashion School Dropout. And I've done all the hard bits. I just need to knit the rest of the sock, basically. And that's just gonna take some time. I know, right? I do need to knit the rest of the sock. Hello, are you feeling a little antsy? Do you feel storms coming, maybe? Rusty does not like big thunder. And when there are big storms coming, he gets a little antsy. Which is fair. I don't blame him. I do not blame him. Next up, I did pull out my Stromboli to work on, my friends. And I actually, this went much more smoothly than I thought it would. I don't know. I think that's why I was putting it off. Working on it, because I was afraid that for whatever reason I would forget the lace pattern, or it was just going to be a process to figure out where I was. It was not a process. It was really easy. And I was just putting it off. But I got about an inch, a little bit more than an inch knit. I know, exactly. Obviously there's a side panel, and then there is the front, or one of the front or the back. So I'm just plugging along. I think it looks great. I've got about 2-ish repeats left. What's the matter, sweet boy? What's the matter? I have checked, did some Ravelry research, and people who used this yarn, which is MyYak Fior de Lino, which I purchased from Maker and Stitch, which is my mom's local yarn shop in, oh, someone's making biscuits on. Can we be careful with our claws, please? That's not very nice. That doesn't belong to you. Sweet boy. My mom's local yarn shop, which is located in Edwards, Colorado. It's a wonderful yarn shop. I love it very dearly. People who use this yarn and knit this pattern, and also knitting the same size as me, or who did knit the same size as me, they stuck with the designed, called for repeat count. So I don't want it to be super long. That's not what I'm looking for. I think my only thing is I just don't want it to be too cropped. But based off of all the pictures I've seen on different body types as well, I don't think that's going to be the case. So that is the downside. of bottom up sweaters. Also, in addition to having a bazillion, casting on a bazillion stitches. So I don't know. My phone keeps saying that I need more light. So we're going to open up these blinds a little bit and let a little light in. But yes. Okay. This is a little better. I apologize for the shifting of background, but we had to make the light work, and the light is gonna do what it's gonna do. So here we are. We have a different background. I was talking about my Stromboli tea by Caitlin Hunter, Boiling Knitworks. Another one, same designer as this. I am plugging along. I'm very happy with the progress that I've made, and I was saying that is the problem with bottom up sweaters, is that gauging the length is just so hard. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it is very challenging, and I don't like it. But I've really enjoyed knitting this. Honestly, it's been a very fun process. I like the lace. I really like the yarn. It's a great yarn. So I know, exactly. You think so too? I know, me too. Yeah. Yeah. So, moving along. This is gonna be a shorter episode. I do apologize. I say that now, I don't know. But it feels like it's gonna be shorter. I got some progress on my Tolsta tea. Which is, ooh, it smells like sunscreen. That's so very nice. That's very, very nice. I know, exactly. I know. Yeah, for sure. This is my Tolsta tea, which is by Rebecca Clow, or the Crayabea. I am knitting it out of another Sandus Garn Tynn line. Which I also purchased from Crafty. I love this blue color. I think it's great. Very kind of summery. And because of this fiber content, which is cotton, viscose, and linen, it makes for a great by the pool project, my friends. I know that a lot of people have varying opinions about knitting by the pool. To each their own. Knitting on the beach. Knitting on the beach and knitting by the pool, I think, are two different things. One has sand, one does not. I think that greatly depends on your opinions about sand. But by the pool, it's just what I did this past weekend. I went to our neighborhood pool, and I had just divided for the sleeves, and I was plugging along on the body and just enjoying myself by the pool in the sun with my audiobook and just having a grand old time. So I think for the foreseeable future, until this project is done, this will be my pool project. I do love that. I think that's just so relaxing for me. I just love it. Maybe get some good people watching in, get a good tan, hopefully not a burn, get in the pool, do some knitting, listen to a cozy mystery. Like I said, I've said this many times throughout the summer leading up to the summer, but this is the year of the summery tea. I am really focusing on making summer tops and more warm weather tops, if you will. So this definitely falls in line. And then I think also for cooler weather purposes, this could be a nice layering piece, potentially. It will be short-sleeved. So I'm just tootling along on the body, doing the bust shaping. And then we'll have a little bit of a sleeve. Maybe you might throw in a little bit of texture on the sleeve with some like pearls and such. But we will see. I don't know. I have yet to decide. and I don't need to decide that right now. But all I know is that I love knitting on it by the pool, and it smells like sunscreen, and I do love that so much. I really like the smell of sunscreen. Though I am not a summer girly by any means, far from it. I do like the smell of sunscreen. It's very nostalgic and comforting. And I know a lot of other people would say the same. What can I say? So that has been worked on. Great progress. I know Rusty really likes it too. So there's that. So those are the projects that I've had on my needles already. I do have 2 new cast-ons. One is a test knit, one is a spontaneous gotta cast this on situation. We will go with the test knit first. It is living in this massive tote bag because I have a bunch of yarn in here, because I am test knitting the Scrappy Yoke sweater for Olga Putano, and I'm just tootling along. Wow, that's gorgeous. This looks so good. This has been one of these projects. I love working on it, don't get me wrong, but it's one of those things that like I am like constantly staring at it, and so therefore I'm like, what are these colors? What am I doing? This looks horrible. And then I take a step back and I wait. I know, exactly. It's really hard to separate myself and from the project and like look at it objectively. Looking at it in my camera. Love how that looks. That looks great. That's the vibe I was going for. I know, right? Hello, that's my leg. So this is a Scrappy Colorwork sweater. It's a yoke sweater, and it's just a lot of color play. I am loving this. I haven't tested it for Olga in a really long time, but she has the most beautiful colorwork projects. They are just stunning. I have so many of them in my queue, and when I saw the opportunity to test knit this one, and especially since it's a scrappy situation, it doesn't have to be scrappy. I believe her original one has 4 or 5 colors, but you can make it with as many or as few colors, which is really awesome. So I am just loving it. Loving it. It is fingering weight, tootling along, like I said, having a fun time, using up a lot of stash yarn, which is great because I need to do that. I have so much in here. We've got Hugh Loco, we've got Sorella, we've got Barocco, we've got Unknown, we've got... I really want to throw this in here. This is some old Handspun that I've had for a really long time. I know, exactly. I have... What did I make? I think I made some fingerless gloves out of this like way back in college. So long time ago. But I really love this. This is just really gorgeous. And I kind of want to use this. Ooh, but you know what? Oh, what if I do a little kerchief instead? Okay, we're doing that instead. This will not go into the sweater. We're setting this aside. I'm glad we had this conversation. Thank you so much for your help. I have some mohair in here for some fun texture. I've got Advent bits, Suburban stitcher. I don't know what this is. So we have everything in here, and I'm constantly adding to it. And I'm just really excited to see how it turns out. I'm just tootling along. I know, having a wonderful, what? It's not time for dinner. You've got a long time. You got a long time, my guy. Oh, you're so cute. So again, that is a test knit for Olga. The Scrappy sweater. I'm not sure when it is coming out, though I do have a timeline. I know. Do you remember? Because I don't. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello. Hello, my little sweet boy. So we have one project left, and my phone is running low on battery. Not storage today, but battery. Wow. What a situation we find ourselves in. So, my friends, recently it was Worldwide Knit in Public Day, and I wanted to do something really quiet and just very chill by myself. And so I went to a local coffee shop, and they make really great coffee. Really delicious lattes, and it's very bright, lots of windows, very airy, very quiet. And so I went and hung out there for a while and listened to another audiobook. And I cast on for Worldwide Knit in Public Day, this project that has been in my mind, and I got this yarn specifically for this project. Bum-bum. The Pressed Flowers Kerchief by Amy Christoffers. Bum, bum, bum. And I'm so happy with how it's turning out. Oh my goodness, everyone. Can we even? I am so happy with this. This is bringing me so much joy. This is exactly what I wanted to do on that day. It was what I needed. It was great. Oh, my friends. And what is this delightful, glorious yarn? This is Moondrake Ultraviolet, Neon Ultraviolet. So it's got these fun neon nubs in there, as you can see. And the colorway is called Lemon. And normally I'm not a yellow girl, but I say normally, like, it's not my go-to color. I do like it, and I do enjoy wearing it when I find the right shade. I think this is a great shade. I'm very happy about this. But when I saw it, this was purchased from McKinney Knittery, which is my sister's preferred local yarn shop that she goes to. And she went and saw it and picked out a skein for myself and for my mom and for herself. When I saw the yellow, I knew, I was like, I want to make the Pressed Flowers Kerchief, and I want to have it in yellow. And here we are. Here we are, my friends. And I believe, I'm pretty sure this is Nudie Patootie from Suburban Stitcher, which is mostly cream with the evermost breath of yellow and pink, with a few little speckles here and there. And I think it's delightful. I love it. It is exactly what I was looking for. I know. Exactly. So I'm almost done with the increase section, actually. I know, exactly. It's gone by really fast. Super easy. It's mosaic knitting, so if you're new to mosaic knitting, honestly would be a really great beginning project. It's a free pattern. I believe Amy Christoffers did it with, I'm so sorry. Can you please be quiet? I'm busy. You're not gonna eat my guy. It's too early. In collaboration with Hobby. So I do, though the pattern is free, I think you might need to like sign up for the Hobby newsletter or something, which is free, or maybe create an account. All you need is an email. It's all the instructions are available. So, but the point is the pattern is free. And so yeah, great stash buster as well. So I think whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish this little kerchief and see what I have left over, and then maybe make a pair of socks or something. I know, exactly. Right, Rusty? You want a pair of socks? I know. He sounds so pathetic. He's acting like we've never fed him before in his life. Oh my goodness, so dramatic. So my friends, that is actually all that I have for you today. I'm so sorry this episode is so much shorter. What is going on? Maybe it's the summer vibes, I don't know. But we did have 3 finished objects, so that is wonderful. I do want to cast on something new. I don't know what it is. I may dig through my whips right now and pull something out that I haven't worked on in a really long time, and maybe that'll feel fresh and new, but I don't know. I do have another test knit for Briana that I'm working on that I do actually need to, I say I'm working on it, I do need to cast it on, but that is a further out deadline. The Scrappy Yoke is much sooner, so I'm trying to focus on that and get that done. But I know, exactly. I know. Would you mind folding the laundry for me? I know. Could you please fold the laundry? That'd be really helpful. He's like, I don't have thumbs. I can't fold the laundry. I'll nest in it, but I will not fold it. Anyway, my friends, thanks for hanging out with me for this very short episode. I do apologize, but it is what it is. Who knows what we'll get up to between now and then. We have Tour de Fleece coming up. I keep saying this every time. I need to make my plans. I haven't yet. Thank you, sir. Need to figure that out. That is coming up. Other things coming up. I don't know. What time is flying by, my friends. We're, like I've said, we're gonna blink and it's gonna be Christmas. And what is going on? I have the various show notes. I have social media. I have tech editing information, the various places. If I have forgotten anything, or if you have any questions or would like to say hi, please feel free to send me a message on Instagram. I'd love to chat or help you find something that I may have forgotten. I hope your crafty plans are so successful. Clearly I have many a crafty plan, and maybe we have some new crafty plans in our horizon that we just don't know what they are yet. But I have some ideas cooking in my brain, and we'll see what happens. We do not have time to sit here and think about it, because also my phone battery is about to die. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're staying cool, if it is cool or if it's hot where you are, or if it is cold where you are. Very jealous. I hope you are staying nice and toasty warm. If you have fun summer plans,